fellow classmates, I want you guys to do something, okay? So get 2 fingers and put them below like the side of your chin. Do you guys feel that vibration? That is purpose, and you all have a purpose and an opinion. If you vote for me, Matisse Kozer, as your sophomore class president, I will strive to listen to each and every one of your opinions because they matter. Why else should you vote for Matisse? Well, as president, I will work to create a campus where students find the best in one another. Let's just be honest. We live in a culture that tells us we have to be the best, have the most, impress him, impress her at all costs. But what if we just focused on being real with one another, recognizing that we all have strengths and that we can accomplish way more together than we ever could on our own? As class president, I will work to create an environment where we build each other up. Did you know that the chemical serotonin is produced when someone encourages you? Serotonin in the brain is what makes you feel happy. And I don't know about you, but I'd much rather feel happy than try and please everyone. So let's choose to be the class that comes together and stays united. How do we do that? Everyone gets involved. And I'm not saying that you have to come fully decked out to every single Spirit Week. But if you do, gold star for you because that's just amazing. But I'm saying that we have so many extracurricular activities that we should take advantage of. Everybody has something that they're passionate about, so we should use that to stay connected. So, if you want your opinions to be heard, if you want your campus to be a place where students bring out the best in one another, and if you want to feel connected, be a beast and vote for Matisse.
Community involvement and excitement. Hey Caymans, my name is Riley Beeson, and I don't know about you, but these are a few words that I want to remember when I look back on high school. Wouldn't it be awesome to be excited about your school day because you know you're part of something great? That's why I'm running to be your sophomore class president. For the past 4 years, I've been a leader in many roles, including spirit and hospitality. While in church leadership and ASB, I've really found something that I love to do. This experience has prepared me with the responsibility to become your student council representative. Creating a sense of community and inclusion is super valuable. My goal for the sophomore class is to build connections through student involvement and increase student interest in school. When setting goals, I'm dedicated and hustle to meet them. As your class president, I will bring the same drive and passion to follow through on meeting the needs and desires of our class at Classical Academy High School. I promise to do my best work together to provide opportunities to achieve a fun and successful year. I love to represent our Cayman sophomores as class president because I care about your interests and voice. When we work together to build something important, we all win. Together, let's make the class of 2024 and this school community one that feels supported and included. Thank you, Caymans.
Hello, my name is Vincent Arona. I am a freshman and I am running to be next year's sophomore class vice president. I hope that you vote for me so that next year, as we return to our normal schedules, it'll be an easy and unstressful transition for everyone. As vice president, I will work with ASB leadership to help ensure an amazing year for everyone. I care about the opinion of all of my classmates, so I will always be available to listen to whatever you have to say. As Henry Ford once said, if we all move forward together, then success will take care of itself. And if that's true, we can all work together, we can all grow, and no one will be left behind. Thank you for listening.
Hey Caymans, I'm Thomas Hendricks, and I'm running for your junior class president next year. I know you all don't want to listen to a long, drawn-out speech, so I'll keep it short. Not all of you guys know me, but if selected, I'll make it my personal goal to get to know each and every one of you better. I believe the 2 most important qualities of a class president is imagination, perseverance, dedication, school spirit, and the ability to properly count. I'm from a family of 11, so I know how to deal with stressful situations as well as bringing people together. Albert Einstein once said, imagination was more important than knowledge. Now just because I agree with my beloved Albert, does that make me a genius? Yes, absolutely. Our upcoming year is a big one. It's going to take everyone's help to make it a great one. We only get one junior year, let's do it right. Just the other day, I was sitting here in a Zoom session, daydreaming. And in this dream I imagined if a fire broke out at school, and in my thoughts, I single-handedly saved all of my classmates, Mr. P, Mr. Boshaw, Mr. Moen, Prof. Lee, Prof. Hagler, Prof. Minkoff, Mr. Preciado, Mrs. Goodman, Mrs. Mariamy, and every other teacher there is at this school. Does that make me a hero? Of course it does. But my point is, nobody caught on fire. And as your class president, I'll make sure that none of you come to any harm, and I'll protect you from all imaginary fires. You know what I've been daydreaming a lot about recently?
No, what?
Being your junior class president. But hey, I'm far from perfect. I'm way too humble. Only 99% of the girls in my grade have a crush on me. And I have to shave my unibrow twice daily. And apparently, I don't know how to use air quotes. But you know what will be perfect though? Your junior year if you vote for me as class president. Vote Thomas Henricks!
Hey, Caymans. Okay, can I be real with you all for a minute? After 13 months of living in a never-ending episode of The Twilight Zone, I want to help transition us out of the virtual world and back to business as usual. My name is Carson Pierce, and I'm running for junior class president. I've been a student here at Classical since the 3rd grade. I have always loved being involved with the vibrant student life at the academies, including ASB and musical theater in middle school and multiple sports and outreach clubs my first 2 years of high school. This has been a very difficult, confusing, and often disappointing time for many. My sincere hope is that with your vote, I can help lead us back to making the Cayman spirit come alive once again. One of the things I have missed most while being away from campus was the hustle and bustle of student activities. As we grow closer and closer to returning to campus full-time next fall, I am hopeful and optimistic to lead our class in creating those fun high school memories we've missed so much. I really want to get to know you. I want to hear your ideas and do my best to make them become a reality. I want to hear your concerns and help bring about compromise and solutions. We have overcome great challenges and adversity this past year. There is one thing we all have in common though, teenagers trying to survive high school. We can do this, Caymans. The best is yet to come. Again, my name is Carson Pierce and I would be honored to be your junior class president. Let's do this.
Hey Caymans, I know this year has been really challenging for all of us, including students, staff, and our whole school due to COVID-19. Now that we're starting to go back to school, I know students are very excited for fun activities and events with friends after not being able to gather for a whole year. And I would like to be a part of making this upcoming school year fun, enjoyable, and one to never forget. Hi, my name is Zoe Vandergriff, and I'm running to be your next junior vice class president. Why do I want to be an ASB, you may ask? Well, I want to be an ASB because classical feels like my home. I love my school, students, and staff. I personally want to work my absolute hardest and give back by serving the community. I get along very well with others. I'm encouraging, hardworking, and passionate in everything I do. I strive to always do my best and never give up until the goal is met. My freshman year, I transferred to Classical Academy at online and transferred to studio my sophomore year. The moment I went to Classical, I automatically felt welcomed and especially included during all ASB events held at studio. If I'm elected as your vice president, I will be here to represent and listen to your ideas, concerns, and bring them forward to the executive board and be a voice for our class. I'm super excited for this opportunity to be able to serve the class of 2023. Don't forget to vote Zoe Vandergriff for junior vice class president.
New York City.
Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand.
Hey Caymans, I'm Kinsey Kellerman and I'm running for senior class president. I know that this year has been pretty disconnected, disjointed, and a little different than other years that we've been used to, or anyone's been used to. And distance learning hasn't exactly helped create a close community of Caymans. Let's fix that. Next year, I want to be able to focus on utilizing time to making senior year as exciting as possible. I would love to have our Caymans feel at home in the halls again and make senior year an unforgettable experience. I would love to be able to represent you guys this year and help contribute to making some awesome Cayman memories as our high school years come to a close. Let's go absolutely wild this year, Caymans. Do you vote?
Hey Caymans, I hope you all are doing well. I think we can all admit how hard this past year has been on all of us, but I hope there's something that you can hold on to from this past year. For me personally, it has been being able to be a part of the ASB team this year, forming new relationships, and growing as leader. The obstacles that we have had to overcome this past year as an ASB team have been tremendous, but through them, I have learned many communication and organization skills that will be helpful when being your ASB secretary next year. We all haven't been given a normal high school experience, and our expectations have dropped extremely low. If you think about it, only the current juniors have had a normal year of high school, which was our freshman year. Since I have been fortunate enough to experience this normalcy, I wanted to make it my goal next year to rebuild our school culture and atmosphere as close as possible to the way it was. As your ASB secretary, I will be here not only to serve the ASB team, but to serve the entire student body in school. I will be organized, responsible for what I'm in charge of, held accountable for my decisions, and committed to serving the school. Because of this, I believe that I am suitable for this position. It would be a privilege to be your ASB secretary next year, and your vote would mean a lot.
American author, speaker, and pastor John C. Maxwell once said, "The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The leader adjusts the sails." I'm Annalise Jackson, and I want to be your ASB secretary. I'm confident that I can be both the optimist and the leader that Maxwell refers to. I'm someone who can convert hopes into a plan of action with organization, communication, and a positive attitude. As secretary of ASB, one is expected to be able to organize notes and to thoroughly communicate with other ASB leaders. Through my everyday experiences, I believe that I demonstrate these qualities in both my friendships and my schoolwork. For example, I regularly remind my friend group of details and/or special events that happen during theater that require preparation. Additionally, I'm very detail-oriented when it comes to notes for classes and such. I've composed a comprehensive study guide for my AP US History class for myself with all of my notes, and I work hard to be specific in essays and other assignments. Both during and outside of classes, I work to present my best at every opportunity. I'm asking you to give me a chance to apply this attitude and this energy to serving our CAHS community. I want to help find a balance between what serves the parents, the faculty, and especially the students at Classical Academy. The power is in your hands. If you vote Annalise Jackson for ASB Secretary, you can expect my best and nothing less. Thank you for listening.
Hey, what's up, guys? So instead of starting with my name and what position I'm running for next year, at which point you would most likely go on your phone, or maybe try to lick your elbow, or heck, maybe even try to imagine what Mr. Moan would look like with hair. I thought I would start today by sharing my first memory from here at CAHS. It was my first day of high school. I strolled through the front doors with my chili pepper Crocs and my palm tree visor, only to see hundreds of kids crowding the main hallway. I was instantly overwhelmed. Now, after minutes of scrambling through the crowded halls, getting shoved in every direction, fighting my way through, shoving elbows, desperately trying to find Mr. Minkoff's classroom, I was out of hope. And after minutes of no luck, I was about ready to drop out on my first day. It was then that an ASB member greeted me with a smile and asked if they could help with anything. They then showed me where I could find my Spanish class, and that's an act of kindness I won't soon forget. For those of you who know me, my name is Chase Mizell. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is still Chase Mizell. Next year, I'm going to be in the 11th grade, and I'm running for director of new members. I know what it's like to be the new kid, and it can be pretty intimidating trying to find your way around a new campus with people you don't know all that well. If chosen to serve as director of new members, I can promise to put in 100% effort and energy into welcoming new students to ASB. If elected to serve as director of new members, I can promise to serve this school with complete humility and transparency, and to welcome new and prior students with a smile. I wish to serve in this role so I can be like that ASB member who helped me on my first day of high school in my time of distress. Listen, I'm not going to tell you to vote for me, but maybe my little brothers will.
If you're looking to join the ASB team and become a new member, you're probably going to spend a good amount of time getting to know the director of new members. And if you aren't planning on joining, allow me to explain how I can guarantee your friends and classmates a seamless and exciting integration into the team. Hi, I'm Isabella Bustos and hoping to be your new director of new members. Director of new members. What does that person actually do? Well, they meet frequently with the new members and explain the procedures and expectations of being on the ASB team. They also go alongside them on things like event planning and setup. Their job is to basically serve as a guide and get the new members familiar with everything and everyone on the team. I've been on the team for 2 years now, and that first year I got to work right alongside the director of new members and got to see what they did, how they did it, and what was effective. My hope is to take what I learned from them and apply it to the tasks that come with being in that position. I also have experience outside of our school, volunteering and working with other high school students on campaigns. During that time, I did pretty much what the director of new members does. I instructed them on what their tasks were, explained the procedures and expectations of the campaign, and got them familiar with the rest of the students. The job is centered around building new relationships and is a very social job. It requires somebody who likes to meet and befriend new people, like me. My number one priority will be to make sure nobody feels left out or lost when they join the team, especially since some of us are only familiar with names on gray rectangles. So it would be my honor to be your next director of new members. Bye, Caymans.
When I was trying to come up with ideas on how to write the most perfect or compelling or promising ASB president speech, I looked up so many examples and videos and all these different speeches, hoping that if I kept watching them, something would click. Maybe it'd become more natural for me to come up with all these different promises that I could tell you guys. But all those speeches had one thing in common, and that's something that I want to avoid. So many campaigners get caught up in what they can do for the school that they forget to tell you why they want to do it. So I'm not going to give you a bunch of false promises of all these things I can do for you when honestly I can't do them. I can't make this the best school year for you. You can. I can't give you more days off, can't give you more school dances. But honestly, no ASB president can give that to you. But what I can do for you is take your ideas and take your advice. I know a lot of students may see ASB members through fog glass, but we're no different than the rest of you. We're not above you, we're not better than you, and we don't think we are either. The main purpose of being on the ASB team is to represent and serve you, all of you. That's why it's so important for our ASB team to be dynamic, to know lots of different people in different groups, different grades, with a variety of interests. Not to make ourselves seem more popular, but so we can better represent a larger group of the student body. Being a part of Classical Academy since kindergarten has given me the opportunity to get to know our school and its community, what we stand for, and its values. As ASB president, I hope to keep all of those intact and to be the best representative I can for our school and all of its students.
I remember walking into school freshman year and knowing exactly how the next 4 years were going to go. I was going to get good grades, I was going to go to so many fun events and make so many fun memories with my best friends that I had from middle school. I had the perfect high school experience thought out in my head, and that's how I thought it was going to go. But here's the problem with plans. Sometimes they change.
Hey guys, I'm Reagan. You might know me, but maybe not. In a normal year, I'd be standing up on stage, probably shaking as I gave you this speech, but I'd like to think that I've grown a little bit since my sophomore class president speech. And that being said, I'm not about to do this again. Now, I'm not going to stand here making a bunch of promises that most are never going to happen. To be honest, sorry, Kinsey. So here's the deal. There's a lot of things that we don't know. The one thing that's been constant throughout our whole lives, school, is still different than any way that we've known it. I do really miss seeing all of your whole faces on campus because I still haven't figured out how to smile at people as I'm walking down the hallways. But also all of our assemblies and pep rallies and dances that you freshmen haven't gotten to be a part of yet. Here's the good thing. As Simon Sinek puts it, the challenge of the unknown future is so much more exciting than the stories of the accomplished past. This next year is undoubtedly going to have its challenges, but Caymans never give up. I can bring my past 3 years of ASB experience to the table, but I need you all, yes, all of you, to help make this next year memorable. I never thought as that little freshman walking into Cayman Hall that I would be here running for ASB president, but
here we are, and I could not be more grateful for all the lessons I've learned from Ms. Z to planning events and everything in between. Now, I can't promise you much, except that I will be here to stand up for each and every one of you so that we can make the most of this crazy thing called high school. And a huge shout out to Missy for getting me to where I am today. I really couldn't have done it without you, and you will be truly missed next year. I hope you all have a great day and that I can see you around campus. Bye, Caymans!